Make it the presenter.
Good morning, everyone. Any questions now? Guys, any questions?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
So I have a small doubt actually. I tried solving it on my own, but I couldn't. Sir, actually, मेरे Excel पे there's a plus sign coming, so I'm unable to draw the line which you have told us to draw the number line. So I wanted to ask you that आपके यहाँ पे how do you get the pencil sign to do freehand drawing on the Excel sheet?
So I draw some through this software which is GoToMeeting.
Sorry, can you repeat the name, sir?
Through the system which is GoToMeeting, this platform in which you dial in, the platform which
Go
is
meeting,
using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Damni makes you a presenter, then you will get the right to draw something on the screen.
अच्छा. So sir,
It's
घर
not
पे
an
कैसे?
Excel. It's not an
अच्छा.
Excel technique, but still you can do it in Excel. I will
Okay.
let you know Excel में भी बन जाता है, मैं बताता हूँ कैसे.
हाँ, please sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Anything else? Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to search.
So I have a question.
There go.
So the future value and present value that you did of 4-5 things like values 100, 120, 0, 50, and 0, that we can do in a mixed form without having multiple references and directly using the formulas to do addition plus sum main bracket sum open like that.
Sorry, come again.
The future value and present value exercises that we did yesterday, where the values of 1, 2, 3, 4 were 120, 100, 120, 0, 50, and 0. We can use without doing the process that we did yesterday, like having each one separately and finally doing the sum of it. While writing the formula itself, we can use the plus side, the sum, and perform the entire thing together.
Yeah. So you can do that as well. तो उसमें ये आपका मैनुअल वर्क बहुत बढ़ जाएगा, बिकॉज यहाँ पे मैं ऐसे करके मैं इसको ड्रैग कर पाया था. So for example, what you're doing, what you're telling me is this, जो मैंने अभी ग्रीन में हाईलाइट किया है, ये दोनों को आप बोल रहे हो एक ही साथ कर दो,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can do that, but that will, आप उसमें ड्रैग नहीं कर पाओगे. जैसे मैंने इसको ड्रैग कर दिया था, सो वो उस पर काम आपका ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगा. सो यहाँ पे तो 3-4 है, इससे आप कर पाओगे. बट लेट्स से these would have been 1000 row items, then what you're suggesting would probably take too much of time and effort for you to create that. Correct?
Yes, sir.
आप कुछ ऐसा बोल रहे हो. यही बोल रहे हो ना. तो यहाँ पे मैं इसको दोबारा रेफर
हाँ,
कर
sir.
दूंगा. हाँ, तो ये ड्रैग नहीं होगा ना, ऐसे सारा लिखना पड़ेगा आपसे.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
अब मुझे अगर 2 चाहिए या पावर 3 चाहिए, तो ड्रैग कैसे करो? तो खुद बनाना पड़ेगा आपसे ऐसे. तो अगर ये 1000 रो आइटम होगी, 1000 तक जाना पड़ेगा मुझे. ये मैंने अभी थर्ड तक ही
Understood.
किया है, इसलिए आंसर इतना है. बट you can do this, but not recommended or a better Excel technique.
Understood, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other? ठीक है. Now, so yesterday we did this scenario analysis on one variable. What we'll do today is let's do a next question to this. So let's do this fifth question. Note कर लीजिए question अभी फिर करते हैं. Fifth question. Now, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and आपका G क्या है यहाँ पे? 7%. So G मतलब growth rate. So what does this say? एक मिनट, मैं इसको थोड़ा देख लेता हूँ. So what does this say? This say कि आपका कैश फ्लो 0, यानी 0 ईयर में आपका कैश फ्लो 20 रुपए था. फर्स्ट ईयर में वो ग्रो करेगा एट अ रेट ऑफ 7%. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? ये क्लियर है? देखिए कोई डाउट हो गया?
Sir, CFO is
CFO इज कैश फ्लो 0, मतलब लास्ट ईयर का कैश फ्लो गिवन है आपको. CFO इज कैश फ्लो 0. ये क्लियर है सबको? इट्स जस्ट मान के चलो आपके पिछले साल की सैलरी 20 रुपीज थी और कंपनी की HR पॉलिसी अनाउंस किया कि हर साल एम्प्लॉय की सैलरी 7% से ग्रो करेगी. तो इस साल आपकी सैलरी क्या हो जाएगी? 21.4%. 21.4. दिस इज व्हाट इट मींस. क्लियर है ये? सिमिलरली उसकी नेक्स्ट ईयर आपकी सैलरी क्या हो जाएगी?
तो स्क्रीन चेंज नहीं हो रहा है सर.
ओह सॉरी. आपका नेक्स्ट ईयर का सैलरी क्या हो जाएगा? सेकंड ईयर का सैलरी क्या हो जाएगा? So this will become the second year cash flow. So which means last year is 20 rupees, then it grows at 7%, becomes 21.4, and then for the second year 21.4 again grows at the rate of 7%, becomes 22.8. Any doubt on this point? Is everybody clear with the second year cash flow? Any doubt, guys?
No sir.
Any doubt? Similarly, let's plot for the third year. So the third year would be this into again 1. And so on. So complete this. Let me know any doubt in the cash flows that I've calculated, which is highlighted in green. Any doubt in the numbers that is highlighted in green?
No, sir.
Okay. And Sneha, you were asking how to draw that line. So now I'm not using the pencil by the GoToMeeting software. I'm using the Excel. So, so you can go to insert shapes. यहाँ पे आपको जिस तरह की लाइन आपको करनी है वो कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आपको स्ट्रेट इस तरह का चाहिए तो then it can we give you line like this and then you can
Okay.
select the color
Hmm.
and probably depending upon what kind of a type line you want,
Hmm.
this you can do from here. You
Okay.
want a 3D rotation, you can also select that. So you can try and do those adjustments.
ठीक है. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. And if suppose you completely want a free,
Hmm.
then you should select this.
अच्छा.
So now this will allow you to do like this.
Hand. हाँ. Okay.
Which means if it is comfortable for you, then you can draw a straight line like this.
हाँ. Better. Okay. ठीक है.
Sir,
Yeah, sure.
sir, 4th and 5th year में growth क्यों नहीं हुई? वो डॉलर नहीं लगाया इस वजह से.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, correct. Thanks. This becomes your cash flows and number line. Any doubt to this point? Let me know. You have to be comfortable to this point. You understood what we've done? We have inflated the cash flows at the growth rate which is given. Any doubt? Now,
Sir, one question.
Yeah.
We are calculating PV, right?
We will calculate the PV, but before we calculate the PV, we need to get those future values, which is this highlighted in green. Now we will calculate.
Okay.
So now this cash flow will come 1 year back. This will come 2 year back. This will come 3 year back. Yeah, so which means if I'm calculating the PV, very calculative. This would be this divided by 1 plus 10% raised to power 1. We can freeze this cell कंप्लीट करिए यहाँ तक। Anybody, any doubt to this point? This is similar to what we discussed yesterday. And then your total EV will be, sorry, EV should be the sum of any doubt?
Should we consider this zero period का जो 20 था zero
No.
period का?
No.
Okay.
None? Anybody, any doubt to this point? Okay. Now, see this carefully. Now, this is what you need to prepare. This is what we'll use when we create financial models, and we will create those sensitivity analysis and simulations. So, कल मैंने आपको बहुत simple एक version कराया था उसका. We'll do more complicated version of it. So, those who will, so when we go to the modeling session, then you will realize this is the application. But as of now, you need to understand how do you plot this into Excel. Now, if you see this entire calculation is dependent on two variables. And those two variables, so let me highlight this in yellow. Yeah. So means अगर मैं यहाँ पे 7% की जगह 10% कर देता हूँ तो वैल्यू चेंज हो जाएंगी. यहाँ पे मैं 15% कर देता हूँ तो वैल्यू, यानी इन दोनों को मैं अगर चेंज करूँगा तो वैल्यू चेंज हो रही है. Which means these are my dependent variables, correct? Let me get to the original numbers first. Now I want to run simulations against these two, both. Now, scenario. So case one, where I'm creating scenarios for G keeping R constant. Let's do this. So G क्या है 7%. हम इसको 6% करके देख लेते हैं, 5% करके देख लेते हैं, 8% करके देख लेते हैं. 9% करके देख लेते हैं और 10% कर देते हैं, ठीक है। और 7% के नीचे ओरिजिनल वैल्यू लिंक करनी है हमारे को। एंड देन लेट्स डू दिस, जो कल हमने किया था। सॉरी, ठीक है। दिस इज फर्स्ट सिनेरियोस फॉर जी कीपिंग आर कांस्टेंट, कंप्लीट करिए। लेकिन आई होप आपको समझ आएगा मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ। मुझे डाउट है पूछिए। एंड देन प्लॉट सेकंड सिनेरियो, जो सिनेरियोस फॉर आर कीपिंग जी कांस्टेंट। गाइस, किसी को डाउट फर्स्ट में? ठीक है, आई एम गिविंग यू 2 मिनट्स, कंप्लीट करिए फर्स्ट।
Sir, can you explain once more? I kind of missed in between.
सो दिस इज वेरी सिमिलर टू कल जो हमने किया था। तो मैं जी के दो वेरिएबल्स है ना यहाँ पे, which are my dependent variables. So G and R. So I'm creating scenarios for that. So first is I'm creating scenario analysis where I'm creating scenarios for change in G, keeping R. ये जो है ये सब G है। Once you create a table like this, then select this. बाकी तो कल जो किया था वैसे ही।
Yes, sir. Yeah, that I remember. Thank you.
So click OK on this. So what does this mean? This means अगर यहाँ पे 7 नहीं होती, यहाँ पे 8 होता, if this is 8, keeping this as 10%, then your answer instead of 92.1 would have been 94.6.
Yes.
आया समझ में?
Yeah, got it.
And so on. करिए कंप्लीट गाइस। फर्स्ट वन कंप्लीट करिए। आई एम गिविंग यू 2 मिनट्स, कंप्लीट करिए। और देखिए समझ में आपको आया, बिकॉज थोड़ा सा आज ज्यादा एडवांस हो जाएगा, बिकॉज आई विल कंबाइन टू वेरिएबल्स, विल डू बाइवेरिएट और टू वेरिएबल सेंसिटिविटी एनालिसिस। तो एक बार देखिए आप डाउट है। Done. Any doubt on this first? Any doubt on first scenario analysis? Okay, let's do second. Second is where we will create scenarios for change in R, keeping G constant, which means now this will be R. So my 10%, 11%, 12%, 13%, 14%. Can you complete this code? Complete this table.
Done.
Okay, good. Others complete.
Yes, sir, done.
Okay, so
Hello, sir.
yeah, well,
Yeah, sir. I'm just getting 92.11 and all the thing rows below.
sorry.
I'm just getting 92.11 and everything 11, 12%, 13% again. Instead of 89, yeah, 87, yeah, 92 only I'm getting.
92 आ रहा है.
हाँ sir.
मैं डिलीट कर रहा हूँ, दोबारा कर लो. Be very careful, जैसे मैं कर रहा हूँ exactly वैसे करना है.
जी sir.
Link it to the original 92.1. Original.
हाँ. Yes sir.
आपका फर्स्ट हो गया?
हाँ फर्स्ट हुआ था सर, वही तो मैं वही कंफ्यूज था.
वैसे सेकंड भी करना है.
एक से फिर से करता हूँ. इस टाइम इसे 7% या 10% से लिंक करना है सर व्हाट्सएप में?
10 से.
10 से ना. हाँ अभी आया सर. ओके. Got it, sir.
किसी और कोई डाउट यहाँ पे? Has everybody understood the difference in first and the second? Guys, this is important. Calculation and getting the answer on the Excel that's one piece, but today we are trying to focus on the implication of this as well. So, have you understood the difference between 1 and 2?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I want to read this third scenario, and this is a little more complicated, so please pay attention. So we're looking at now third scenario, where your scenario is for both R and G, and this is together. That is both R and G changing at the same time. इसको सेंसिटिविटी बोलते हैं. तो दोनों वेरिएबल्स को एक साथ चेंज करना शुरू कर देते हैं. तो फर्स्ट और सेकंड हमने बनाया वो सिनेरियो एनालिसिस होता है. थर्ड है वो सिंपल सिनेरियो एनालिसिस से ऊपर चला जाता है, वेयर यू ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट दो सिनेरियो जहां पे आर एंड जी दोनों एक साथ चेंज हो. Let's do this. So suppose टेबल क्रिएट कर लो ऐसे. फिर यहाँ तक क्रिएट करिए विदाउट द Let me know once you're done. Done, sir. हो गया बाकी लोग के भी. Sorry. This is not K, this is G. And let's suppose if I want to type also. So यहाँ पे मैं लिखना चाहता हूँ ग्रोथ रेट. वैसे आएगा नहीं इसमें. इस पर राइट क्लिक करके फॉर्मेट सेल्स, go to
So
alignment.
this is rate of interest. Now growth rate is 7%, 8%. No. This is R, I think.
नहीं ना. Oh हाँ, sorry. Correct. So इसको यहाँ ले जाते हैं और इसको इंटरेस्ट रेट आर. Yeah. So now suppose if we right click format cells, alignment, ये ऐसे भी आप कर सकते हैं. विदाउट यहाँ तक. Then 7 और 10% का जो कॉम्बिनेशन है ओरिजिनल वैल्यू, which is this, the one which is highlighted in red, ये ओरिजिनल है ना. यहाँ पे इसको रेफर करना है. बी वेरी केयरफुल, जैसे मैं कर रहा हूँ एग्जैक्टली वैसे करना है. कुछ पूछना है तो पूछिए. संजय कुछ पूछना है? Okay. So if we're done with this, then select this table very carefully. Please ensure your selections should exactly similar to my selection. Then data, what if analysis, data table. Now in rows we have a growth rate, so we need to go to the original growth rate. Original growth rate is highlighted in yellow. So link it to the 7%. And column में क्या है हमारा interest rate, which is original is 10%, which is highlighted in yellow. So दोनों को link करना है. So far we have been doing only one. Click OK. So, B83. I think कुछ mistake है क्या इसमें? Yeah. दोबारा try करते हैं. So this is 92.1. This is the vehicle value. Plus this. Row में growth rate है 7%. Ideally, we should get the values in this. I think we are. Is everybody getting 0 or you getting values? It seems I've done some error somewhere.
So 0.
0. Sir, I'm also getting 0.
Zero, sir.
Zero.
Zero.
10, 7. गलत हो रहा है इसमें. Missing something. तो सेल को मैं गलत लगाया क्या? Right. Yeah, sorry. So जब हम 2 वेरिएंट लगाते हैं तो 92.1 को बाहर रखना होता है टेबल से. Sorry. So I think I was putting it inside the table. तो यहाँ पे लिंक करना है. The one which I've highlighted in green. जहाँ पे green है वहाँ रखना है. करिए और कंप्लीट करिए. वह सबका.
Yes, sir, done.
So I will also plot this so you can match the values. See, hope you should be getting similar. इसको पढ़ते कैसे हैं आप समझने की कोशिश करिए इसको. प्लीज आई नीड दिस 5 minutes focus. Now suppose, which means if my rate, if my G is, suppose if my G, this G would have been 9% and this R would have been 11%, then this 92.1 would have been 94.722271. समझ आया कैसे पढ़ना इसको? Guys, important है. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Anybody who has not understood how do you read this, how do you need to read this table? This is very important. How do I read this table? Plotting is one thing, but you also need to know how I read this table. Anji. Guys, any doubt in this? Okay. So now what we'll do, we'll put a conditional formatting. So what condition I want जहाँ पे भी मेरी value less than 92 हो वो रेड हो जाए, और जहाँ पे भी equal और more than 92 हो वो सेल्स ग्रीन हो जाए. ठीक है, तो इसका कलर हटा देते हैं. ठीक है, so you select this, go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. तुम्हारी क्या है, लेस देन, क्या है लेस देन, अगर 92 हो, we want less than अगर 92 हो, so I want so something like this. and यही अगर conditional formatting greater than 92 हो, then I want, then use a format painter and plot this across. करिए complete. हो गया सबका? हेलो.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, so now I want you to practice this and create everything on your own now. So I'm just changing values now. So this, suppose I give you 12%, and for next 10 years with the rate as 15% and cash flow 0 as 25. Okay, so this is not required. You will do exactly like same thing, and I want you to create scenarios. So जैसे यहाँ पे 12 and 15 है, तो 12 से आप 12%, 13%, 14%, 15%, 16%. So this will become your R. No, sorry, this will become your G growth. और यहाँ पे R होगा आपका 15%, 16%, 17%, 18%, 19% and 20%. ठीक है, 5 मिनट दे रहा हूँ. I want everyone to try this completely. बिल्कुल इस स्टेज तक लेके आना है. ऐसे पहले आप खुद प्लॉट करेंगे, नंबर लाइन पे कैलकुलेट करेंगे 10 साल के लिए, टीवी निकालेंगे, फिर सिनेरियो क्रिएट करेंगे ऐसे. और सिनेरियो, मुझे 3 सिनेरियो चाहिए ऐसे ही, सिनेरियो 1, सिनेरियो 2, सिनेरियो 3. ठीक है, 5, ठीक है, 6-7 मिनट लगेंगे ऐसे करने में. करिए.
So it's done.
Yeah, done, sir.
तो मेरे सेकंड सिनेरियो में सेम वैल्यूज आ रहा है सब्स में.
Done, sir.
हेलो
डन? यस सर।
सर मेरे सेकंड सिनेरियो में सेम वैल्यूज आ रहे हैं.
Okay, so let's cash flow 0.25 है और growth rate 12% है और R 15% है, which means this will be 1 plus this. क्या सबका आंसर यहाँ तक टैली हो रहा है? ये आंसर टैली हो रहा है सबको?
Yes, sir.
क्या?
Sir, study.
तो और आपको जो मैं सिनेरियो बनाने को बोल रहा हूँ पहला, so scenario for G, which is this. So, and this is so this means 12% पे मेरा ओरिजिनल वैल्यू ये आ रहा है, so इसको सेलेक्ट करेंगे डेटा व्हाट इफ एनालिसिस डेटा टेबल रो इनपुट 12%, ये हो गया इसका आंसर। और यहाँ पे भी इसको वैल्यू को लिंक करेंगे एंड देन ये हो गया इसका आंसर। और यहाँ पे ओरिजिनल वैल्यू को यहाँ पे फिलहाल देख लीजिए आपका कहाँ पे क्या है। row is my G, right? So this becomes column is yeah. Then conditional formatting तो आप लगा ही दीजिए. तो conditional formatting let's assume 200 benchmark रखते हैं. So less than 200 is red, and more than 200 is so conditional formatting highlights and rules less than 200. Give me this conditional formatting highlights and create then 200 and we कर लीजिए टाइप कुछ पूछना तो कुछ हाँ जी किसी को पूछना है तो
हो गया मेरा टाइम.
ठीक है किसी को डाउट गाइस किसी को डाउट इसमें
No, sir.
हाँ सर.
ठीक तो आपको समझ इसको सेंसिटिविटी एनालिसिस बोलते हैं. दिस इज वेयर यू क्रिएट sensitivities to see how your result is sensitive. For example, if you see, so suppose if you move from 12% to 15%, and on this you move from 15 to 19%, which means your answer moves from 216 to 208. This is what it means. So if I change the numbers, so suppose if I change यहाँ पे 19%, so ये जो color combination से ये भी change हो गया automatic. It's a dynamic sensitivity analysis table, which helps you to put any scenarios that you want to paste on this. Okay. Uh, are we good with this? Okay. Have you done cell naming? Cell naming करा था हमने? Guys, have you done cell naming?
Yes, sir, we have done.
Okay. Okay. So I think we've done pretty much what we wanted. Mm, yeah. So these are called as filters. So आपके पास suppose कोई table है. Let me make this. Suppose column A is your name of the employees, and column B is your name of the teams. C are their titles and designations, and column D are their salaries. Now, suppose if you have the entire set of data, suppose I only want to look at the team members of the team which belong to session painter. I can select the header of the table and click on this filter. You see a drop down like this. And then in team, I can select, okay, I only want to look at painter. And it will only show you the data of the paper. So it will filter out. And suppose you want to, after that, you want to put another filter. I want to only look at the people who have designation A. So within painter, it will show you. And suppose I want to show the salary which is greater than, let's assume, 35. It will further filter it out. कर लीजिए. And is everybody done with the filter? Any doubt in the filter, please पूछ लीजिए. Okay. So in case no doubt, so and you can click on this. It will remove all the filters and will bring the original data. Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty much what we do today. Any doubt before we close?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So the first problem that we did, calculate PV for the following cash flows and all. In real world life, how do we read this?
So the first problem is saying, so tell me which question you're asking.
Calculate the PV for the following cash flows. If the cash flow is growing at 7% for the next 5 years,
Is this the
rate
one
of
that,
R?
that you can see on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In which portion you want me to explain? How do you want me to explain this table or something else?
No, the way you read it, sir.
Correct. What? Way I read this table or way I read this? Which section you want me to explain of this question? So in this question we've done couple of
The very question.
Oh, the question itself. So
like
it
if it is a example, if it's a fixed deposit,
yeah,
and the cash flow is growing, or the RD basically, if the cash flow is going up.
Yeah. So आपने first
With an
year में
example.
21 आपने first year में 21.4 rupees का investment किया. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So if you do an investment of 92.1 today,
Okay.
if you do an investment of 92.1 today, after 1 year you will get 21.4. After second year you will get 22.8. After third year you will get 24.5. After 4 years you will get 26.2, and at the end of the fifth year you will get 28.05. Then your return is 10%.
Okay.
Which means you will be earning an interest, you will be earning a return of 10%. This is what it means.
Understood, sir.
Okay. Any other doubt? Anybody last time before we close? Any doubt? Okay. In case no, so probably we'll stop here. Again, same request. Please revise कर लीजिएगा. जो आज हमने किया वो important है और complicated है. So please revise कर लीजिएगा. And then we'll continue in the next class. Thanks. Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.